Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for the month of January. This message is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you like the content that I share, please click the like and subscribe down below. And Taurus, I tried to do your reading twice, and both times it didn't record. So I took it as a sign and I walked away, and now I'm back. So I pulled a card for your energy and your environment. And let's get started with your 9-card spread while I talk to you about your astrology a little bit for January. Now you have the North Node moving into your sign. So this is very significant for Taurus Sun and for Taurus Ascendants. And with the South Node sitting across from you in Scorpio, you are likely to have partnerships in your life look very different for you by the middle of 2023. It's about a 1.5 year long transit there, the nodal shifts. They're always moving in retrograde, and there is an element of unpredictability with them, especially since you have Uranus in your first house as well. And we all know how much Tauruses like to keep everything really grounded and stable and consistent. And so this might be a test, especially just in this year in 2022, of your ability to go with the flow when changes happen, to listen to your heart. Ace of Cups right in the middle of your spread, to really listen to the cry of your heart and what it's wanting from you. Because if there's been a period of time where you've been suppressing your emotions to keep the peace, or you've just gone along with a partnership because it's been that way for years, and maybe you haven't spoken your truth, this is really gonna pull at you to do that, to stand up differently for yourself. And you might even find that in different aspects of your life, it's like you're being presented with different doors, you know, on like, there's those game shows and there's like door number 1, 2, and 3 and all kinds of things like that. And you have the option of where you want to go. Taurus, you might be presented with a lot of new opportunities during this time with the North Node in your sign. You might find that people are wanting to talk to you about partnerships. It's almost like the door could be cracked open a little bit and you just have to move through it. And I think it's going to be really important to take some risks. All right, Taurus, sorry about that. The video cut out again. So I'm just going to jump right back into it. I think I said enough probably about your North Node and how this can impact your partnerships at this time. And the one last thing I'll say about it though is that Chiron's in your 12th house. And so what this can do is potentially bring up like some really suppressed wounding, something that kind of needs to come up anyway and get investigated and healed. That could be coming up too via your partnerships. That's what that transit's kind of pointing towards. So at this time, you might just want to take some good, loving care of yourself, make time for play and for fun, for the partnerships in your life that give reciprocally to you and that you feel nurtured in and that really like speak the same language as your soul. Last transit, you have Mars in your 8th house, and it just went there. This is your house of deep transformation, so you could definitely just be feeling propelled to move in new and exciting directions. Maybe it's somewhere you've already known, you know, you needed to go within yourself. And this might require leaving some aspects of yourself behind, or leaving aspects of your life even behind. And we'll take that. Okay. So, entering into January, your energy came up as the High Priestess. This is a very mysterious energy. It's a little bit reclusive. You could be keeping to yourself. You could be, you know, this is a very like spiritual and meditative card as well. You could find yourself doing more things in that realm, meditating more, and just taking good care of yourself. I do see in this a holding back of energy. And you see how she's on that throne. She's just kind of like minding her business. And in your environment, you got the Judgment with the Lovers. This is a strong awakened partnership energy. Now, sometimes when the North Node moves into your sign, you can have what feel like very fated and destined events happen in your life, especially if this is a nodal return for you, North Node Taurus. And this does point to that. There's no real escaping it with these two cards together. Judgment's a card of awakening. It's almost at the completion of a cycle. When the World card shows up, we're ending a cycle. So this could be in your immediate environment. If you're single, you might be having someone pursue you. You might be meeting someone new. That's like very strongly indicated just in these three cards. And if you're in a partnership, you could be taking it to the next level. But I think in the month of January, you're getting clear on what's on the horizon, on what you're trying to bring in for the year and what you want it to look like. There is a sense here with some of these cards coming out that you're going to have to leave something behind. 8 of Cups followed by the Tower. With it coming up after the 2 of Wands though, this could be something you've actually been like trying to force out of your life, whether you're doing it really consciously or not. That'll, only you'll know that. But the 8 of Cups is definitely walking away from a long emotional investment. And even though the investment was quite long, the suddenness of the shakeup could be really quick. We've also got these Venus-Pluto transits happening right now, and a lot of relationships that are built on like unstable foundations or have toxic patterns in them, those are coming up to light really strongly. And yeah, we're even seeing that on like a national and global scale right now too. But there is an indication of walking away. I think if there's anything in this message that's your North Star, the middle row is really positive. But right in the middle of the middle row, this Ace of Cups feels like a North Star. It is getting grounded and focused on what it is that you want to bring in from the standpoint of your heart and for your feelings. Again, this, looks like a relationship type of vibe. And surrounding it are the 4 of Wands and the Page of Wands. There could definitely be something very new and exciting showing up for you in the realm of relationships, especially for single Tauruses. And again, I just want to reiterate, if you're already in a partnership, this could be taken to the next level. It's almost like something's disintegrating so that something with more of a stable foundation could be built. And maybe it seems counterintuitive for whoever's watching this that whatever's really, really stable isn't the thing that's identified by the pentacles, which represent money, right? The thing that's really stable here is what's in alignment with your actual desires and what you really want. So that's beautiful. On the bottom row, this might, whatever you're doing, if you're making shakeups in your life, particularly in the realm of partnerships, the bottom row indicates a lot of other people because there's literally other people showing up on these cards. You've got the 3 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, which is moving away from heartbreak. It's moving in the right direction. But you've got the 5 of Wands here. This is like a storm that's been brewing that you just have to kind of go through to get to the other side where your Ace of Cups really is. And I think January is just like bringing this to the surface. This is probably something that's been like festering for a really long time. And it's been like moving slowly in this direction. But I think, yeah, if you're making a big transition in the month of January especially, I think a lot of people are going to have a lot to say about it. The 5 of Wands is like bickering, and it's like this person's little comment and stuff like that. And no one has time for that. So thankfully, with the World coming out, you had 10 cards come out instead of 9. With the World coming out, this is the wrapping up of an old cycle. And you know how at the end of a year, people are looking at what we're going to leave behind in December and move into January? I feel like for you guys, Taurus, this is just happening a little bit later. You're just wrapping up the cycle from the previous year, possibly at the end of January with it coming out last. But this is something that I think is destined. I think it's whatever is playing out for you, even if it feels rushed or sudden all of a sudden in the month of January. I think it's meant to be. And I think it's meant to have you feeling victorious in your own life with the Emperor at the bottom of the deck and the Eight of Pentacles, something that you've invested in for a very long time, which brings in some sense of justice for you, but it might bring in a lot of like discordant, disharmonious energy for others. All right, so Taurus, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you have a beautiful month, and I hope this helps. Again, if you like the content that I share, please click the like and subscribe down below.